On this episode of Early Career Unlocked, my next guest shares advice he passes along to his students about amplifying your personal brand so that you can stand out as a candidate or employee. Today, we're going to talk about unleashing your personal brand, going beyond reach, here on Early Career Unlocked. Welcome, Dr. Quincy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I am so glad you're here, and you are going to talk about unleashing your personal brand, going beyond reach, what I think is a very exciting topic. But before we talk about this, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Quincy Charles Moore III. I am currently a professor in the Department of Biology at Prairie View A&M University. I'm also the director of the university's honors program. And finally, I am the president of the National Association of African American Honors Program.
Well, I'm so happy that you're here today. This topic about personal brand is more important for students going through college and coming out on the other end as an early career professional, something that they need to know more about. And you're here talking about how you're going to unleash that personal brand. So tell us, how are you knowledgeable in this topic?
I know I look young and everything, but I bring to the table over 20 years of experience. If you think about it, during my graduate work that started in 2000, I started mentoring from high school, college, and even graduate students. And I've been at Prairie View for the past 15 years. So I have a history of mentoring students that have gone on to get professional degrees and go straight into the job market. So if you over 23 years of experience is at the table right now.
I think that's perfect. I think your experience is really going to help guide students today. So let's jump right into it. What three pieces of advice can you offer when it comes to unleashing your personal brand, going beyond that reach?
Okay, so my first point will be gain professional experience early. And a lot of times, if you look at the job market, they say, do you have an experience? And a lot of times, we're limited to what we can do. With this, I actually started research as a high school junior. There was a summer program at Jackson State University that I had opportunity to be a part of, and that opened a door for me that I had experience before I even started college. And as college students coming in, you have to actually look around, and sometimes you have to see what is available and sometimes carve your own niche in those areas to bring experience to the table. You can take experience from your classroom, from your different programs on campus, and you turn them into what you become expert. And with technology these days, YouTube is there,
Right?
your cell phone is there, and the internet. The internet gives you certifications that a lot of times are free. So you have to be in a position to where you see what you want to do and start making steps toward it.
I love it. And if your school offers LinkedIn Learning as
Mhm.
part of your tuition, utilize it as much as you can because LinkedIn Learning, you learn a module and you get a little mini certificate, and it automatically adds that to your LinkedIn profile to help that personal brand.
Yes, certificates will be great. These are experiences that will go a long way in your futures. Number two, expand your global competence. I would tell anybody get a passport and always be ready for the moment to travel. What does a passport do for you? A passport gives you access beyond your own country. It gives you a global identity. And even if you have not traveled out of the country, expand your knowledge, reading, watching news stations outside of your local stations, getting apps that keeps you connected to what's happening around the world, because your job market depends on what knowledge you bring to the
That's
table.
right.
You have to be prepared for not just a local environment, but you have to have an international mindset because believe it or not, the world operates on a global platform. Everything we do is connected to resources outside of your own state, outside of your own country. So having that global competence gives you an edge up. Your schools could have study abroad opportunities. Engage yourself, immerse yourself in different cultures because you now are able to be involved in conversations beyond just what you've learned just growing up, but now you can sit at the table. I say with kings and queens.
Mhm.
To be honest, if you have global competence, because now you bring an expertise to the table that is far beyond your own. Number three is a good one. It's dream outside of your environment, putting actions to your goals. When I think of dream, I think about discover. I think about being resourceful. I think about operating in excellence. I think about being attentive, and I think about making it happen. I grew up in Mississippi with nine siblings, so
Goodness.
it's 10 children, 10 children in my family, and believe it or not, all 10 have at least one degree, and by this December, five will have terminal degrees, five different doctoral degrees. So having a bigger view of where you're going or having that vision already for where you want to go helps you to not allow for where you are now to dictate where you're going. If you actually want to go to a place like Paris, learning French will be important.
Yes.
Of course we have Google Translator, but learning a language will be important. Or if you want to be an architect, being able to see in your head a design and being able to put it on paper is going to be essential. Wanting to be an engineer, being able to understand all the processes from the intimate details will be very important. If you want to be a medical doctor, is yeah, so you have to be able to not be afraid of blood. I believe that would probably be number one.
I
Uh,
think that's my requirement. That's why I failed.
but dreaming beyond where you are always has a drive inside of you.
I love those three pieces of advice and three things you need to learn about unleashing your personal brand beyond the reach. One, gain professional experience early. Two, expand your global competence. And three, dream outside of your environment. Well, that was really great, Dr. Quincy. And to wrap things up, do you have any other piece of advice or anything you'd like to offer to our viewers today?
So understand your limits and where to go beyond them. Identification of your shortcomings should serve as your catalyst to be beyond that great intellectual that you're meant to become. Continue to be uniquely you and unapologetic in your approach to excellence. And finally, your personal brand can also have a legacy that comes behind you.
Dr. Quincy, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a great time.
And then to our viewers, subscribe for more career advice from industry experts like Dr. Quincy here on Early Career Unlocked. Hi, how are you? Hi, look at those beautiful faces. Are y'all excited to be on a podcast, on a YouTube talk show? No.